And he doesn't see it sometimes. Like, I have to get him shut the fuck up when he tries to talk shit about himself.
Damn, he said dirty.
I'm like, nope, cut that shit. You're hilarious. You work hard. You're a good father.
So, I'm going to be honest with everybody, for everybody that can hear me. Wally asked me a few weeks ago through a text message if I would be a featured comedian tonight. And I'm not going to lie, I was at work, I got so excited, I got an erection. Now I immediately had to do this, right? But that didn't work out too well because my dick's so small, I was thinking that, people would still see it, so I just dropped and started doing push-ups. And while I was doing push-ups, I realized the coolest thing about working at a government contracted facility is the fact that everybody there was in the military at one point, so they just started doing push-ups with me. And I felt like a fucking boss, I'm not gonna lie. I was like doing push-ups, and I looked over and everybody's doing push-ups, I was like, fuck yeah! And then by number 3, I started shaking, my arms started giving out because I'm kind of a bitch. And I fucking dropped, and everybody started yelling like words of encouragement to help me out. They're like, come on, pussy, you can do it! And I was like, I really can't. So I had to be honest, I had to come clean. I was like, guys, I was just doing this to hide my erection. And they're like, it's okay, we were in the Navy, that's why we do push-ups here. I was like, shit, fuck yeah, that's alright, So that is the first time that my dick has led me into a group effect, It really is. It's the first time it's ever happened. And I was so happy about it because it's the first time that it's ever actually worked out for me like that. Everybody's like, yeah, we have ours too. So even though it was all dudes, I'm okay with it. Now, I'm starting to realize there's a big problem with Knoxville. And the problem is erectile dysfunction. Now, you guys might not believe this shit, but if you listen to the fucking radio, you'll find out it's true. Erectile dysfunction is a big problem. In Knoxville, they talk about it in between every fucking song. They're like, hey guys, does your dick not work? Is it soft all the time, even when you don't want it to be? Is your wife disappointed and always visiting the dildo store in your neighborhood? And I'm like, yo, yeah, kinda is. And it happens a lot, shit. What can I do? And they're like, well, come on down to Wave Tech Medical. Stop taking the little blue pills. We'll sing a song to your dick and make it stand like a little python out of a bucket. And it does this shit. And the only thing I wonder is, why can't people admit that it's over? Like, if your dick no longer gets hard on its own, you don't roll over and stop yourself halfway out of the bed, why can't you just say, yeah, it's enough, it doesn't work anymore, I'm too old, it doesn't happen, Why would you go to a facility where you walk into this, like, glass room, and it's like Rod Stewart with a guitar, and he's, like, singing a song to your cock just to see if it stands up? Why can't you just say it's done, it's over, and be finished? I would. Alright, I'm not gonna lie, I would. But while you're hearing this shit, I'm stepping on life for you. Does anybody else have a wife or a girlfriend? You guys all look like you might have wife or girlfriends. Everybody raise your hand that has a wife or a girlfriend. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. There's a little traction on this shit. Wife, girlfriend. Does your wife or girlfriend act like a blowjob is a fucking treat or reward or even motivation to get you to do something that you don't want to do? Come on, don't bullshit me. I know it's true. All women do that shit. All women act like a blowjob is a reward to get you to do something that you don't want to do. My wife does it. I know the rest of your wives do it. My wife will do this shit in the middle of a phone call with my mother. I can have her on speakerphone, be talking to her, and my wife will just yell this shit across the house. She'll be like, baby, I'll suck your dick if you'll change the oil in my car. And I'm like, huh? I gotta go. And she's like, what did that bitch just say? And I'm like, my baby fell down the stairs. I lied immediately, right? And she knows I'm lying because I don't have a baby. My son is 17 and I live in a fucking trailer home, right? So I don't give her a chance to confuse me. I'm just like, you're not interfering with my PB touch, bitch. I gotta go. So I like fucking run outside with a rock hard dick. I change the oil. I change the brakes. I even rotate some fucking tires.
Oh my God.
I do it fucking all. I run in, and my wife's like, you need to take a shower. All that made you really sweaty. And while I'm on my way to the shower, I started thinking, I'm like, wait a minute. Whose brakes did I change? It had to have been the neighbor's, right? It wasn't my wife's car. We didn't even have brakes. Fucker, bitch, you figure it out. I'm gonna drive to work in the morning. I go take a shower, go to get my pee-pee touch, and you know, I come out, and I'm not gonna lie, my wife starts blowing me, and it's amazing, it's incredible. She's really good at it. If you guys ever have a chance. She starts going down, and I'm like, fuck yeah. But then when it gets to the good part, you know, right when I'm about to, you know, fucking, I'm gonna come, you know, she always stops me, and it turns into a fucking argument every time. She always stops me, she's like, no. I'm like, what do you mean no? And she's like, no. So I'm standing here with a rock hard dick and an attitude. And she's like, you're not coming in my mouth. And I'm like, well, why the fuck not? We're already here, you know, this should happen. And she's like, she starts giving me like this taste description, like it's right out of a cookbook. She's like, have you ever took an egg and a quarter a cup of milk and 2 tablespoons of salt and mixed it all together and put it in your mouth and swished it around? I'm like, no. I fucking haven't. You know, that sounds like a fucking uncooked omelet. That's not something dudes do. Not normally. Right? But I thought about it if it was going to get her to swallow, but she didn't, so I didn't do it. And I was thinking, you know, I told her, I was like, you know what, look. That's an uncooked omelet. Sylvester Stallone has done that shit in like 9 fucking Rocky movies, right? So you shouldn't have a problem taking a shot in the mouth. I'm not asking you to chew it up. I'm not asking you to fucking gargle it. I'm asking you to just swallow my kids one time or spit them out in the fucking toilet and leave it be, right? But she doesn't do it. It never fucking happens. It's always an argument. And now, because I did sample what she talked about, I gotta get that shit out of her mouth.
Oh, bro.
There we go.
Your old lady says she's already gonna hit you.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna wear makeup tomorrow to cover the bruises and shit. That's totally happening. I'm not gonna lie to you. So, how many minutes I got?
7.
7.
Yeah.
All right.
7 minutes in heaven, baby.
I got more talk to do. If you guys can hear me, I got a lot more shit to say. Let's get that out of the way. I was at the dollar store the other day. We're gonna run out with an original and then move into something else. I was at the dollar store the other day, and while I was standing in line, I happened to look off to my right, and I seen this little packet. It had a little pink thing about this big in it. It was bedazzled. It was bejeweled. It had all kinds of shit on it and everything. And I didn't know what it was, so I actually stepped out of line to take a look at it. And it turns out it was pepper spray. Alright? Now, it wasn't like your typical pepper spray that would like fend off an attacker. It was just like fucking pepper spray from the dollar store. You know, like $5 for this shit. So you wouldn't expect it to do much. You know, like if a turtle was gonna attack you and you didn't feel like kicking it, you could fucking like spray it on his face and he would like roll it around his back, you know, and not fuck with you no more. It was something like that. But, you know, the package was so fucked up, I actually had to stop and look at it. So I picked it up, I stepped out of line, I looked at it, and it said bling it on, which is the weirdest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life, because I was like, who the fuck would you buy this shit? And then I flipped it over and I started reading the ingredients, and it was like fucking stripper glitter and RuPaul's piss. I was like, what the fuck is this? I'm not gonna lie to you, I bought it. Right? I bought it. 3 days later, I drank too much beer. I decided to go hunting. I'm driving through some redneck's backyard. You know, I hit a fucking windmill or a doghouse or something. My car stalls out. It's just like, and I'm like, fuck. This ain't good. I'm busted. I'm gonna go to jail. I'm gonna get raped. And out of nowhere, these rednecks come out here like, hey, fuck you doing in my backyard, boy? Fucking up my sister's windmill. I'm like, hey, sorry, I didn't know it was a windmill, guys. I didn't mean it. I was just trying to hunt. And and they pull up this shotgun. It scared the shit out of me. They're like, we're gonna fuck you up. And I got scared, and the only thing I had was this pepper spray, and I realized going hunting was a bad idea because, like, I'm a bitch, I'm scared of guns. So all I had for defense was this pepper spray. I was like, I'm going to kill an animal with this. But I had no time to really think too much, so I just pulled the pepper spray up and I pumped it in prime, and he said, ah! I said, the fuck? The redneck's there is like, what the fuck? Looking at it, everybody just had like this what the fuck moment. It scared the shit out of everybody. And they got over their fear pretty quick, and they started to come at me again, and I pulled it up, and I just fucking sprayed it, and it said, ah! Fucking RuPaul's piss and glitter went everywhere, all over their face, and I'm not gonna lie, the most horrifying thing I've ever seen in my life ever happened right in front of me. These two rednecks started fucking inbreeding right before my very eyes, and I was like, Jesus Christ. And I should have left. I should have. They were saying their mom's name, their sister's name, their dad's name, and I was like, oh fuck, I gotta go, but I didn't. I pulled my phone out and I started recording it. And because of me, you guys can find that shit on TikTok and YouTube. You're welcome for that, by the way. There you go. Got a little clap on that. Thank you, Malcolm. I have I'm gonna be completely honest here. I have a couple cats. I have two of them. Their names are Onyx and Leo. Now, some of you guys might get a little sensitive. You might pull back, but follow me to the end. My wife, who is in the crowd and is probably going to kick the shit out of me later, decides, because we have these cats, that because this is what people are supposed to do, have to get neutered. Now, to me, neutered means gender swap for an animal, right? And I have two of them, and you know, cats, you ever seen the dick on a cat? They're pretty fucking small. Like, you really have to look for it, you know. You guys in the back, you look like you might look for dicks on cats. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, a little magnifying glass, like, look at the size of the hammer on this fucking feline, you know what the fuck I'm getting at. So, my wife and I, we take our cats, because she doesn't want them to spray on shit, to get them their gender swap. We take our first one, his name's Onyx. He's really cool, he's fucking black, he looks like he works out. His fucking paws are taped up, you know, it looks like he might do a little boxing and shit. Just a badass fucking cat. We take him down to the vet. And the vet's like, alright, we're gonna take him back. They take him back, they do their thing, they bring him back out. He is the manliest cat that I knew before this happened. He comes back out, he's got a pink phone taped around his neck so he can't lick his brand new vagina. And I'm saying, well, that's bullshit. Because if I just went to the hospital and got a vagina, I'd want to fucking lick it. He can't do anything. There's a fucking funnel. You know, he can't even ask his friends to do it. They can't hear him through the plastic and shit. It's just all fucked up for him, poor guy. Yeah, you look happy about that. So we get him out to the office up there, and the woman's sitting there, and she's like, "Look, you guys are gonna have to keep an eye on him for the next few days. We know we got the foam around his neck. He can't lick his new pussy, but you guys are gonna have to watch him because if you have a female cat, he can still get her pregnant." And I got mad because, you know, we spent $150 on this. And I'm like, well, how is he still going to get her pregnant? She said, well, there might still be something in the stem. And I said, well, bitch, you better suck it out. I don't give a fuck how you do it. Act like it's a Slurpee. I don't give a fuck. Just like it's right out of a fucking empty Coke can. You better do something. And he got the bitch pregnant in the end. That's about all my time. I got 1 minute left. You guys have been great. Thank you. Have a great night.